Good evening. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I will cover 3 different ways to do loops inside JavaScript. And here we only cover 3, but it's not limited to 3 in JavaScript. And in the future, we will also have another 3 ways, like another 2 variations on for to loop for array and objects. And there's another one which is inside the functional programming. When for the array, we can have a for each method, which actually can also do looping. Okay, here we just cover 3, and for others, when we talk about we cover more about objects and arrays, we will cover other ways to do the looping. So let's take a look at the first one, while loop. The syntax of while loop. Let me make sure my pen is working. Okay, while loop. You have a keyword while, okay? This is a keyword while. And you have a condition here. And this condition should return true or false. It's like when we do if-else condition, okay? If the condition you give is true, then it will call the body, which is the statements inside the brace. And if it's false, nothing will, the statements inside the body won't be looped, okay, won't be executed. And the statement in the body we will also call the loop body, okay, just another name for that. Let's see one example. Here I have I equals 0 and while I less than 3. So in first, at the beginning, the I gonna become 0. 0 is less than 3, which should return true. And here you will alert I gonna be alert 0, right? Alert 0. And then I plus plus, then I plus plus. After this statement, I become 1, okay? And when it's I become 1, I have to go back to the while condition. I is 1, 1 is also less than 3, so alert I will show 1, right? Then I plus plus, which is what? After this statement, I become 2. And 2 come back to the condition 2 less than 3, okay? And it will alert, which is 2, right? 2. And I plus plus. After I plus plus, I equals 3. And we go back to the condition. 3 is not less than 3. So the loop body is not executed, and then the program exit, because after this while statement, I don't have anything after it, right? So it doesn't go to the while loop, and then it will execute anything after the while, and we don't have anything here, so it's gonna become exit of the program. This is a while condition. So all the statements, okay, the statements inside the loop body will be only executed after the condition is being checked, okay? So that is a while loop. Now let's take another one, which is do while loop. The difference is here. The syntax is like this way. We have do, and we have a loop body. In the loop body, you will have the statement you want to do, and then we have while and the condition. Okay, and the same thing, the condition here, you give any statement or you give any expression which is gonna return true or false. Okay, the difference between while and do while is for the while, okay, for the while, it will do all the checking, which is the condition checking first, then execute the body. But for the do and the while, it will do the at least the statements in the loop body gonna be executed once, then it will check the condition. The loop will first execute the body, okay, at least once. We'll check the body and we'll execute the body and then check the condition. And while it's true, it will execute again and again. Let's take a look at the example, okay. Let j equals 0 and do this condition, okay. In the body, alert j. So you will see j show 0, which alert 0, okay. 0 being printed. Then j plus plus. after this statement, j become what? J become 1, okay? And then if I do the condition checking is what? J is 1, 1 is less than 3, so I will alert j, okay? Still can go back to the loop body to execute. J is 1, so then show 1, right? And j++, after this statement, j become 2. 2 is also less than 3, right? 2 is also less than 3, then I will do what? Go back to alert j, which is execute the body, then show 2, okay? Then j++, j is 3 now, right? 3, go to the check condition, 3 is not less than 3, so the entire loop exit. This is with this one, okay? That is do while. Let me show you the scenario, which is the difference between while and do while, okay? Here, because they do have a little bit small difference. What I'm going to do is I will make this one to be less than 0, okay? And let me comment of them. I will add one statement. Let me using console log. How about it? Console clg. Okay, I want to add one is while. Okay. Okay, like this. And I will do this one is called do while. Okay, so we can see the difference. Do while. Okay, so here I change both of the condition. This one less than 0 and less than 0. And as we know, 0 is not less than 0. Okay, so this statement shouldn't be printed. But in do while, even though here 0 j is not less than 0, but since we are using do while, this statement at least will be executed at least once. So now let me show you this inside the browser. Okay, now I will open the developer tool. Wait me for a second. Okay, so here you will see do while being printed 0, but we didn't see any statement about while, right? That's the difference between them, okay? Use them as you want. Do while will be executed at least once, but while it will always check the condition first, then execute the loop body, okay? And last one I'm going to show you in this video is a for loop, and this is the one I use the most often, okay? So the syntax for the for loop is here you have a begin and separate with a semicolon, and you have a condition, and this condition will actually return true or false, okay? And then you have a step, which is how to increase the beginning and in order to do the condition checking, okay? And this example for let I equal 0, I less than 3, I plus, okay? And I alert I. So this I plus is like in the do while, and while you have a j plus here, which will change the variable. And in this case, what's gonna happen? First I is 0, then I is less than 3, right? Let me using this one, okay? Wait for a second. We have let I equals to 0, okay? And then we will do condition checking. 0 is less than 3, okay? Then what's gonna happen? 0 is less than 3. I will do the statement inside the loop body, which is show 0. And after it's show, then it will do the step, which is I plus. After this step, we will have I is equals to 1. And equals to 1, it will do this condition checking. 1 is less than 3, and it will execute the body. Then we will see 1, okay? And after 1, it will also go back to do the step, which is 1 plus gonna become 2 after this statement. And still go back to do the condition checking. 2 is less than 3, it's true. And then execute the body, you will see 2 being printed, okay? And then we will do the step, which is 2 plus, which is gonna become 3. and I equals 3 is not less than 3, right? So it will exit from this for loop, and we don't have anything after the for loop, so our program exit. Okay, now let me show you the code. Inside the code, we have a for loop, and the for loop is the same as a while loop. It will always do the condition first. Okay, like this one, I can do is I will add a console log. Okay, I can do is add a for loop. Okay, now let's take a look at. I will open in the browser, refresh. You will see 0, 1, and 2. Okay, and here is my recommendation to choose between which one should I use. Okay, between a while, do while, and a for loop. If you have a scenario which you know how many steps you know it's gonna be looping. Suppose I'm looping an array, and in the array we have limited numbers, right? In array we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I know how many times I'm going to loop. Then I will using the for loops. And when we're using a while and a do while, first, if in one condition you don't know how many times you're gonna loop, it's like we keep receiving users' requests. Okay, in this case we are using while. And you are writing some program or expect a user to give you some inputs. This is also you can use in while, which means you don't know how many times you're gonna loop. You are using while. And for do while, yes, you will execute the loop body at least once. Okay, if you have one scenario, you must execute the loop body once, then do the condition checking, then you do using do while. But this is a general guideline. If you want using while to loop for an array, it's also doable. Okay, so just choose based on general guideline is you, as I said, for is for limited. You know how many times you're gonna loop, and while and do while you don't know. But if you want to do in other way, it's also fine. Okay, just choose the way you like. Okay, so that's it. We in this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.